Hello, everybody, and welcome to the MGTOW Academy Show Live, your one-stop spot for MGTOW talk. We're at the bottom of the hour here. It's 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see, the mic check's working, obviously. So, listen, I apologize for the delay. Listen, I have been trying so hard to get a fancy encoder set going on here. It was so nice. It had music, it had text scrolling through, it had some nice background music, but everything was so perfect. And then I had a big flop. Then the microphone wasn't working. Now I was able to get my microphone set up with Google on Air, Google Hangouts on Air, but it would have been nicer to have that encoder thing. But it didn't work out this time. That's all right. There's always next time. But whatever. I'm very thankful that I've been at least, that I'm able to get this live show going. And we already have 8 people in the house. Welcome everybody. So in case you don't already know, it's International Men's Day, and we don't get enough credit. We don't get enough recognition for the stuff we do around here. I thought it'd be nice to give us, a little bit of recognition and talk about some issues that need to be talked about. So let's say hello to Prune Juice Power, Underdog, Classic Americana. Thank you guys for hopping into the stream already. Like I said, I know that I've kept you guys waiting, and I was hoping to have a nice like a nice stream, but I guess it didn't work out. Maybe not this time. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. But we do have some articles lined up, and the first one that I want to dive into is this one. I'm not sure if you guys heard about it, but it's about Piers Morgan talking about International Men's Day. So I'm typing this up as fast as I can and hoping that the article that I'm looking for will pop up. Hello, Terry Marine. How are you doing, my good friend? Glad to see you again. And okay, so let's see. There's a bunch of them that I want to talk about. I'm trying to find the one. I think it's from the Daily Mail. I read through them a little bit and I like that one. So I want to see if I can pull it up. Okay. Yeah, I see. All right. I'll be able to pull it up from the news tab. There it is. All right. It's a good read. I have been out. In case you guys aren't yet following me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is at all caps MGTOW followed by Academy. The first thing in Academy is capitalized. I've been on vacation since Saturday. I went up to the area that I used to live in. It was pretty nice. I enjoyed it. I went to my childhood house that we sold recently, and it was pretty nice because it was bittersweet, but it was mostly nice because there was a really nice couple who moved into the house that I grew up in. And when we sold the house, it just turned to trash. But these guys moved in, they renovated everything. Everything was so nice. And it was a sigh of relief. Like I got a sigh of relief as soon as I walked in, knowing that this is a couple, this is a family or whatever, a retired couple actually that I can trust in the house that I grew up in. So seeing it all nice and all that, it was so nice. And then I also drove for the first time on the road I learned to ride a bike on. So that was kind of cool. So I had a nice vacation. I'm so tired because there's traffic and everything, but I was able to get it set up. So here we are. All right. So I was just waiting for this thing to load up a bit. That's how I fill in, the loading time. So we'll read this. It's from the dailymail.com. Piers Morgan's advice on International Men's Day. Don't let radical feminists turn men into a bunch of nurtured, groveling, blubbering doormats, ladies, or we'll all live to regret it. All right, let's read this. I was chuckling just a little bit when I was reading through this. I have a familiar voice. I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows? Well, I was chuckling. I was reading this in the car actually. I was like, because I was like stuck in traffic, and I was like, well, what am I going to do for tonight's show? So I was like trying to go through some articles. I used up like 5 minutes worth of data on my phone just to gather up some articles. And I was chuckling when I was reading this. So I have a confession to make. This isn't easy, and I've taken a long time to summon up the strength to do it. I'm aware that just by admitting to what I'm about to admit, I will subject myself to all manner of global shame and ridicule. I'll be taunted, abused, shunned, and reviled. But as Sir Winston Churchill once so rightly said, you have enemies? Good. That means you stood up for something, some time in your life. Okay, here goes. I am a man. Yes, on International Men's Day 2018, I am hereby identifying as the biological sex that I was born to. This alone is enough to risk making me a social pariah these days, but that's not even the worst of it. I'm a man who's actually proud of being a man and who also likes being masculine. Sorry. I realize this is a horrendous thing to say, and I can only offer my insincere apologies to all the to all the radical feminists now exploding with rage as they read my shocking statement. If there's one thing they loathe even more than the M word, it's the longer M word. But why? Masculinity simply means having qualities or appearances traditionally associated with men. That's it. Nothing more sinister. Yet, thanks to women of radical feminist persuasion who've gleefully hijacked the hashtag MeToo and hashtag Time's Up campaigns to serve their own man-hating purpose, masculinity has become the most controversial, detestable word in the English lexicon. And it's now impossible to be masculine without also being accused of toxic masculinity. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys, if you haven't yet listened to my podcast on toxic femininity, there was I think it was a female biologist who said, "Yeah, well, we got we got toxic masculinity. What about toxic femininity?" She covered it. I thought it was a really nice article. So why don't you guys go ahead and check that thing out? All right. I just checked up in the live chat there. All right, so let's read this. Even Prince Charming whisking Cinderella off from captive hell to a life of happiness is an evil that must be expunged from society, led by furious Keira Knightley and her ultra feminist knights in PC armor. Cinderella waits for a rich guy to rescue her, she sneered. Don't rescue yourself, obviously. Find empowering words until you remember that the prince gallantly saved Cinderella from abuse and slavery, and they genuinely loved each other. Ah, yes, nothing better than feminism indoctrinating the young minds of children. Nothing better than that. Yep. Yeah, he does. He does. As Prune Juice Power said, he does have to wear. I'm sorry, he does have to wear makeup as part of his job. But like I said, I thought this would be a little bit of a nice article to read, so that's why I gave it a shot here. So let's keep at it. Let's keep at it. So where were we? One of the very worst of many terrible things about radical feminism is the scourge of pathetic male virtue signalers that urge them on. Yep, yeah, I know. I agree with him on this one. I know exactly what he's talking about. As an obvious, or so I thought, tongue-in-cheek joke this morning, I tweeted, happy International Men's Day. Hashtag International Men's Day. Stay strong, lads. We're not illegal, yet. Most people reacted in the way I would react if someone else had tweeted that, by laughing. Others weren't so amused, bombarding me with hateful abuse about my supposed toxic masculinity. A man named Box Brown, who has a verified Twitter account and claims to be a New York Times best-selling cartoonist, replied simply, "Die." Well, I mean, if he kind of works for like the New York Times, what do you expect? New York Times, excuse me. New York Times was the New York Times. They had that female incel. What was her name again? Sarah Jeong. That racist. She was racist because she had stuff against white people, and she was sexist because she has stuff against guys. Yeah, that she was literally the thumbnail for my Toxic Femininity podcast. So, I mean, if it's in the New York Times, what exactly do you expect? All right, how laughably hypocritical. This angry little clown races to attack what he presumably perceives to be my aggressive maleness, yet does so by saying he wants me dead. Hypocrisy is sadly a prevalent theme with much of modern feminism. The likes of Kim Kardashian and Emily Ratajkowski have both built hugely lucrative careers out of stripping off in the supposed name of feminist empowerment. Oh boy, yep, that picture says it all. When in fact, what they've been doing is selling nudity and sex. I have no problem with that. Just don't pretend it benefits any other woman or is anything that Emmeline Pankhurst or her suffragettes would have ever done. They were too busy risking their lives to win women the right to vote than to have time to rinse naked in spaghetti and ludicrously claim they were doing so that to liberate womankind. Yeah, taking off your shirt isn't exactly female liberation. I mean, like, you're liberating something, but it's not females. I'll tell you that. All right. Hey, MGTOW Warrior, thanks for joining the stream. Oh, the show. Everybody, in case you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to MGTOW Warrior. He has an excellent channel. Oh, yeah, and Prune Juice Power, of course. If there's anybody else in here who has like a YouTube channel or they do something, maybe it's a blog, let me know. There are many great MGTOW blogs out there. I just realized there's a guy on Twitter. I think he's called Frank Servey. I think is what he's called. I can't recall. It's something like Frank Servey. He has an excellent blog that he keeps up with. He's been doing it for a while now, and it's wonderful. I recommend you check it out. That Sunrise Hoodie also has an excellent blog, which I recommend for you guys to take a read if you haven't yet already done so. But just saying, I just wanted to touch on that for a bit. But let's keep reading this. All right, so let's see. Okay, so we're right here. When I say this kind of thing, women ask me to cite an example of what I consider real feminist empowerment. So let me give you one from yesterday when a 17-year-old German girl driver named Sophia Florsch was competing in her first Formula 3 World Cup race at the Macau Grand Prix. The race featured male and female drivers, and she qualified purely on merit. On the fourth lap, she struck another driver's car as she approached a bend at 175 miles per hour. The collision caused Sophia's car to spin out of control and catapult several hundred yards through the air into a wall. And it's the most horrifying car crash that I've ever seen. And everyone who watches it would presume that she must have died. But Sophia lived despite fracturing her spine. And yeah, that's true. And I'll be honest with you. This is what I want to see. I don't got a problem with female empowerment. I really don't. Okay. But when we have, feminists and all that coming on to, I don't know, movies or whatever it may be, and considering female empowerment to be lashing back against guys and all that type of stuff and trying to be openly sexual, that weird stuff, that's not what I like, I mean, that's not female empowerment, whether you want to call it or not. That's not female empowerment. That's taking your shirt off or whatever they claim to be doing. Like those nut jobs who claim to be fighting for female empowerment, who take their shirts off and block the streets. Yeah, you're not really empowering or liberating women. You're just making people late to work. Not female empowerment. No, try again, please. This stuff right here, this like the racing thing or whatever it was, that was something I can get behind. But it just absolutely makes me sick when young children get the message that, oh my God, this is female empowerment. No, it's not female empowerment. No, it's not. It's not. It's really not. It's a power play. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Tara Marine is just asking what text this is. This is about Piers Morgan's advice to guys on International Men's Day. And now he's talking about this. He's talking about radical feminism and what true female empowerment is and all that type of stuff. And I think I was about to go down somewhere right here. Oh, yeah. So Sophia has incredible talent for driving a car, incredible courage to do so. She is a rising star in a male-dominated sport, determined to prove she can mix it with the men, and I applaud her for it. And I agree. I applaud her for that as well. That is true female empowerment, not taking your shirt off and, that type of garbage. And he just said here, that is true feminist empowerment, not flipping the bird in a topless selfie to millions of impressionable young girls. I don't want them to get the wrong impression. Oh my gosh, she has her shirt off and she's giving the middle finger. Yes, yes, definitely. That is empowerment. No, it's not empowerment. Okay. I don't want them to receive that message. And while I joke about International Men's Day, of course, I understand and appreciate that there is a very serious side to it as well. And the stats tell the grim story. 76% of suicides are men. That's true. Season 2, episode 1 of the MGTOW Academy show. I highly suggest you check that out. If there are 2 episodes that I've ever made that I suggest for you to check out, it's going to be season 2, episode 1, which talks about male suicide. It's a 40-minute episode that covers a lot. I highly suggest you look into it. And anything I talk about in live shows, anything I talk about in future podcasts that I put out there, it will make a whole lot sense more. Everything will make a whole lot more sense if you just listen to that and listen to what I talk about. And I explain why male problems are ignored. I talk about male expendability, male disposability, etc. So I highly suggest you look at that. Also, look at the Men in the Media podcast I put out. That helps explain a lot. And it really says, hey, I didn't notice that was there. It talks about how men are represented in media, movies, books, TV shows, etc. It's really shocking. When I looked into it, I was like, holy crap, how did I not know this? So The statistics: 76% of suicides are men, 85% of homeless people are men, 70% of homicide victims are men. Men serve 64% longer sentences in prison, and men are 3.4 more likely to be imprisoned by or imprisoned than women when committed by the same crime. So it's not all a patriarchal bed of roses being a man. But I fully accept that women have been historically been treated unfairly in terms of equality, that many women continue to be treated unfairly. I also fully accept that women have been subjected to far more harassment, sexual abuse, and domestic violence than men. Okay, I agree with him here. The domestic violence part, he may have that mixed up. In non-reciprocally violent relationships, men are the victims 70 to 80% of the time, I believe is what it was. So yeah, I agree with the harassment, sexual abuse, but the domestic violence stuff, it really depends on the situation, especially in cases where it's the man that's peaceful. All right. Men are the ones who are hit first, 70 to 80% of the time, when it comes to non-reciprocally violent relationships, meaning that it's only the wife or the girlfriend who is abusive. And yeah, I look, don't get me wrong, women face problems too, but so do guys. And that's kind of why I'm doing this. I acknowledge that women have problems, but nobody seems to acknowledge the guys have problems. And that's kind of why I'm here. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Just checking out the live chat, make sure everything's alive and well. Let me check my audio real quick. I want to make sure how it sounds. Come on. Let me just fix my audio. Make sure. Okay, good. One time I had a stream where I was talking for like 5 minutes and the microphone was on mute. I always have a phobia now of making sure the microphone isn't muted. So I do apologize about that. But I just want to make sure. Just got to be careful. And then where were we here? All right. Oh, this is a lot to read. I want to hurry up and wrap up this article because there's another one I want to cover, but I'll wrap it up from like right about here. So we'll wrap this one up. I'll let you guys share your thoughts, and we'll move on to the next couple of news stuff that's coming. And I also would like to go over the alternative platform that I think I've chosen an alternative platform, and tomorrow I will begin uploading to the alternative platform if I can get everything set up. We'll get to that right after this. So, in short, we just like to still enjoy being men, if that's okay. Just as we like women to enjoy being women, and yes, for gender fluids to enjoy being men, and women, if that makes them happy. Sure, I'm okay with that too. The best conversation I've had about all this was with the singer Annie Lennox, who said it was important to bring men with you on the feminist journey, but she cautioned the debate has to be less hostile to men for that to happen. And I agree with that, as long as it's not about male bashing and that type of thing. The reason that men are so the reason that men are so hostile to the whole feminism thing is because feminism has been hostile to men. I mean, what exactly do you expect? And I'll be honest with you guys right now. Whenever we hear about feminist organizations or whatever these days talking about trying to promote men or whatever, I'm a bit suspicious about that, and other guys are too, for obvious reasons. If feminism was really for advocation of gender equality on the behalf of women, shouldn't they be working, kinda with guys as well? I mean, just now they're trying to pick up on these issues, but they're not really focusing on important stuff that pertains to guys. It's always, oh, men are toxic. You need to fix this. You need to fix that. It's not trying to focus on whatever, the male suicide or the homeless rate or whatever it may be. And by the way, it is, after all, International Men's Day. And if you would care to, please donate to the organizations that I have listed in the description box. So if you guys would like to help donate to the cause of benefiting men, I have some organizations that are listed. We have the Movember Foundation, the Men's Health Network, Zero, it's funding to assist those who have been affected by prostate cancer. We have the Prostate Cancer Foundation, Breakthrough, which is a men's support group that helps them. It's a positive role model type of thing, helps guys who don't have a role model, get back on their feet and all that. And we have the National Center for Men, which helps guys who are in a legal pinch. So if you have donated, thank you for helping men. I do appreciate it, and many other men do appreciate it. And I believe there are some other organizations out there. I know that Men's Warehouse, I'm not sure if they still have, but I know that they do a suit drive. So for men who are unfortunately not able to afford a suit or any professional attire, The suit drive is for helping guys get that so that they can get a job or whatever may be needed. So there's that. Right, right. Like Terra Marine said, it is a good argument. The same has been said about bringing women into Red Pill stuff. It can be done, but if we are too confrontational, we make enemies instead of allies. And if it's all right with you guys, I'd like to ask a brief little quote unquote survey. For those of you who are watching this right now live, what do you guys have to say about like the whole thing, the whole beef thing, I guess, between MGTOW and men's rights activists? Like, what do you guys have to say about it? Because I've seen mixed reactions before. Initially, so here's the thing: the reason that there's debate about it is because men's rights activism. So MRAs, they popped up when scholars studied feminism when it was a new thing, and they said, "Hey, this could be a potentially bad thing," and they turned out to be true. They turned out to be right. But the thing is that they've been doing this for a long, long time now. Yet they've had little, if any, success at all. So this is kind of why MGTOW, some of MGTOW are against the whole MRA thing. I want to know what your guys' take on this is, because I actually did. I'm not gonna hide anything from you guys. I actually did put out a video in the early days of MGTOW Academy, talking about how the men's rights movement is a failure. I mean, yeah, it kind of is, but without them, we would. I mean, they have still helped us. I mean, you can't deny that. You know what I mean? Um, but still, that it's like we haven't accomplished much either. That's why it's so debatable. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and the whole thing with Google too. I'm not sure if I should switch. I'm not sure if I should switch to something like DuckDuckGo. I might do that. I'm not sure. Oh well. Yeah, yeah, we'll check that out. But oh well, we'll have to move on to this next article here. This is from the IndiaTimes.com. We'll read this. A group of men in Delhi marked International Men's Day by taking out anti-hashtag Me Too March. Um, and yeah, you don't realize how truly bad things are in India. When I first started my channel, I got an email from a gentleman living just outside of, I think it was of Delhi. He lived just outside. He lived in the suburbs, close to Delhi or something like that or whatever. And he talked to me about how bad things are over there, how everything in the United States, how the legal systems are. It's just like, even though I live in the United States, everything I would describe, he said, is just like India. So the things in India are much, much worse than you think. You know, I like Prunger's Power's perspective on the thing. So he said, I'm too busy going my own way to care about MRAs. They have a noble cause, but if you look closely, they don't change much. And he's right. I kind of take the same perspective. I don't like hate them. I don't got anything against them, but like, I mean, like it's not much can be done. You know what I mean? I covered, I believe it was in my last live show, how we had men's shelters or whatever, how men's shelters were closing due to lack of funding. We have all these men, female and children domestic violence shelters, but men have nowhere to turn to. And that's kind of a big problem. Last time I checked, men they don't even have any options, and even if there are any, they don't have enough funding, so they get shut down as a result. And that's the thing. Now that's the sad thing about it, you know. And it's not like we're a minority when it comes to domestic violence. No, we're a large percentage. I think we're larger than women. We're a larger demographic when it comes to domestic violence. Um, I think it's like 70 to 80% of the time in non-reciprocally violent relationships, we are the victims. So, I'm just saying. Yeah. And like Tara Marine just added in the live chat, it honestly, so he said, honestly, it seems the more men raise awareness for men's issues, somehow that gets corrupted and it just gets worse. And he's right. There's a quote. I can't remember. It's like by can't remember. I think it was by something. I don't know. Someone there was somebody who made a quote, right? And then he said every great movement starts with a cause, turns into a racket and tumbles, something like that. I'm not gonna try to quote it because I can't remember it off the top of my head, but um it basically said that all great movements, they start out as a great cause, then eventually people, they come into it, they use money as a cause or whatever, and they turn it into a racket and it fails. And that's kind of what sometimes goes on with men's rights. It's a very touchy issue, as sometimes people will hijack the whole movement and turn it into something that it's really not. Uh, oh shit! I saw that, Warrior. I saw that. Yeah, good thing that you hit that. I saw that, Warrior. Because I was gonna say, like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, should I hit the mod? Should I hit the hammer? I was like, yeah, I got like five, I don't know, 3, 5 mods in one stream. That's why I try to mod as many people as I can. I don't mod every single person, that I can, but all the people I trust, I mod. All right. So that way, if somebody ever comes in that I don't trust, boop, they get the hammer. So thank you, MGTOW Warrior. Student Thought Patrol out here. But yes, I get Tara Marine's perspective on that. But we're going to continue on with the stream here, guys, with the live show here. Right now, it's 11:02 p.m. We're going to keep going here. So let's read this. Are men being victimized in the ongoing hashtag #MeToo campaign? At least some men think like that. So on the occasion of International Men's Day, some of them marched in the national capital seeking an end to what they see as a targeted attack on men during the campaign. Organized by a couple of men's rights groups named Save Family Foundation and Men Welfare Trust, the men walked through Delhi's Connaught Place on Monday and demanding an end to harassment of men. They chanted slogans like "Men want justice" while holding placards that read "Stop treating husband as an ATM." The demonstrators also demanded that a men's commission should be set up in the national level, similar to Women's Commission, to address the grievances of men. And when I was running the whole MGTOW News gig that I did a while ago, I believe I remember covering this article about the whole men's rights thing. And and back then, this was like July, I think. Holy crap, that was a while ago. And this, of course, the fight's still going on. They're talking about how they wanted to get a national level, commission for men. And apparently that hasn't been set up yet. And I'm not really that surprised. Now, let's keep reading this over here. We are leading a peaceful march for the rights of men. Today, the men are in a very difficult situation, especially if you look at the recent Me Too campaign. Or camping? I think that's a typo. It's supposed to be campaigning. The campaign has made it so easy to name and shame any man without any proof or evidence. Men are being demonized without any fault of theirs, said Wasif Ali, co-founder of Save Family Foundation and one of the organizers of the march. Ali also added that the media and the judicial system are biased against men when it comes to the hashtag MeToo campaign. And he's right. That's absolutely true. There is no justice system left for the men who are accused during the Me Too. They're also facing a media trial, and the man's reputation is damaged. And like I said, that's the problem with these Me Too, the Me Too issue, the Me Too problem. Like I said, I'm all for putting away rapists and sexual assaulters. That's not right. Nobody deserves to be violated like that. But I mean, you can't just have it set up so that women can abuse the system and have an innocent guy's life ruined. It's happened to young children. Keith Bailey, if you listen to my podcast, it was titled 8th Grader Gets Falsely Accused of Rape or whatever. Keith Bailey is an 8th grader in Ohio, and he was most likely falsely accused of rape due to his political views. And then there was another boy in Canada who lost his job as lifeguard, who lost multiple jobs, and then the girls came out and admitted that it was actually a false accusation themselves. So, I mean, look, like I said, I'm all for throwing rapists and all that in jail, but I'm not for innocent men having their lives tossed in the trash can. That's not what I'm for, obviously. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just like classic Americana says, shut up, old bad Ellison. Oh, man. And then, like Tara Marine just added, we got to look at the breast cancer rate and all that type of stuff. So Tara Marine added in the live chat, okay, well, look at the breast cancer and all that money. With that much money, no one should ever get it or die from it. at a certain point of well, they no longer have an incentive to change anything, and they're right, and he's right with that. In the United States, breast cancer funding gets 5 times more funding than prostate cancer. And if I remember correctly, the prostate cancer rates for men is 39.1%. And for women, it's 37.1%. So that's a 2% difference. It's a minute difference. It's of course bigger, but not something that's major. However, it doesn't matter. Let's say that the rates were exactly the same. How come breast cancer funding gets 5 times more funding than prostate cancer? That's something right there. There's food for thought right there. Um, whenever I sit in class, I love to drop red pill bombs. I just love to. I talk about how dating is trash and all that. And I have a friend. He's a good friend. He is a football player and all that. He does a bunch of stuff. Me and him talk about whatever, lifting weights. I ask him questions about his routine. He asks me questions. We talk about that. We talk about the subject at hand. And every now and then we'll talk about some red pill type of stuff. How dating is just kind of trash. And he's like, oh, dude, you're right. There's some life lessons right there. And it's pretty cool, actually. Slowly red pilling my friends at a safe rate. Now, anyways, it was breast cancer awareness day or whatever. Our school is giving out cupcakes, I believe, something like that. And, and then I was on it and was like, hey, you know what the rate for prostate cancer is? Look it up. And they said, okay. He pulled up the statistics. And he said, oh, men actually get prostate cancer slightly more than women. How about that? And I said, oh, really? How about you look up the funding? And then I told him what to type in. And then he was a bit dumbfounded. He was like, wait, really? But like he literally couldn't believe it when I showed him that. He was like, how about like usually he has something to say about it, but he could not say anything. Like you could tell by the look on his face, he was just like shocked. And I'm like, dude, this is what I'm trying to tell you, okay? We're not the privileged gender that the media paints us to be, okay? We're not what, society perceives us to be. And I'm trying to point that out to my friends and all that, Yep. Yeah. So like Jeremy said, the pink ribbon and all that stuff that companies are using for the symbols, just like raising funds for charities. Yeah, it's not very charitable at all. Yep. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all back. Wait a minute. So I want to make sure that I'm getting it right. So is that her name now around the MGTOW community? Is her name Old Bag Ellison? Is that what the name is? If the name is Old Bag Ellison, I would love to refer to her as that. All right, everybody. Here is the new name for Carly Ellison. It is now Old Bag Ellison. And yes, thank you, Classic Americana. Thank you, Classic Americana, for adding that in there. Thanks to that, he created it. I'm just saying it. Okay, I didn't create it. Classic Americana did. All right, here, have a hammer, Classic Americana, so we can all just smash her as soon as she comes into the stream. Now, anyways, sorry about that. We'll keep reading this. All right. So the protesters said the solution for the grievances is the setting up of a men's commission, which will exclusively address the complaints of men in cases like dower harassment, divorce, and custody of children. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, MGTOW Warrior. That's right. We're calling her Old Bag Ellison now, right? Yeah, he could be, like Terminator said, he could be a troll or I honestly don't know, and I don't care. I got other things to do, but talking about this whole thing right here that I'm highlighting right now, whatever it is, not good at highlighting, but talking about how to get that men's commission set up in India to talk about dower harassment, divorce, and custody of children. Now, I don't know if that's gonna. I honestly don't know if that's gonna happen. It even restricted because, like, I mean, honestly, here's the thing. Society is trying to tear apart the nuclear family. All right. Maybe it is a conspiracy. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Maybe the Rothschild family is at the center of this. Who knows? But the thing is that obviously there's something going on. I mean, the government is trying so desperately to tear away the male role model from the American household. That's why we have children turning to gang violence. We have children turning to drugs. I mean, the fatherless household epidemic, if that's what you want to call it, is real. It's very real. And the consequences of society, they're not, it's not going to be good. Because think about it. Think about it. Society, the roots of society is marriage and family. Okay, that's the roots of society. Society has many different components to it. It's a very diverse thing. It's very broad. Has many components to it, obviously. But some of the basic roots of society is marriage and family. That's what forms a society. Without marriage and without family, you would not have society. Now, if the government comes in, and if the government is to if the government is to tear apart the family, and if the government is to make it so that men don't want to marry anymore, I mean, what do you think? Is this like population control? Who knows? I mean, we are an overpopulation. Let's be real. We are in an overpopulation state, but if this is what the government is trying to do with overpopulation, that's not going to work. You're just making problems even worse. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a more sinister motive to this. Who knows? There are some people who say that this is an attempt to destabilize Western society, and they may be right. If it is, okay, let's say that this is a plot to destabilize Western society. It's working, obviously, and that's what's going on in countries such as India. You know. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Central banking. Yeah. This. Thank you for pointing out the central uh, banking system, Terra Marine. You're absolutely right on that. They do control an overwhelming amount on that. Oh yeah. Classic Americana anytime, man. It's an honor. It's an honor to have you here. Oh, uh, Trinitrophenyltrinamidula. I'm not gonna pronounce that, but I'll call you TNT. I like how Terran Marine said it. Hey TNT, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I'm gonna have to learn to pronounce your name one day. All right, I'm going to learn to pronounce it, and I will get a trophy for it. I hope. All right, we're gonna keep going on here. So we're at this part. So let's read this. We want a men's commission to address our concerns. Every year, double the number of men commits suicide than women. 90,000 men commit suicide in India every year, compared to 40% women. But there is no one to hear our concerns. There has to be a separate men's body, Ali claimed. But the thing is that male spaces are constantly being invaded 24/7. And I promised to do a podcast on that in the future, and I will. But I have some things to work on this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm backing up my channel, working on that platform. I'm also going to be writing my book. I'm gonna get a lot done for my book this week, hopefully, because I have the week off. It's Thanksgiving break, so hopefully I'll be able to work on that. And by the way, to clear up any prior confusion, I want to clear up any prior confusion. This book will be available for free. It will be for free. Just to clarify, I don't want I never clarified it on Twitter, so people they might think that I'm selling it. No, I'm not selling it. I might sell it, but there will be a version available for free. Okay, maybe I'll have it set up so that you can access it for free, or it'll be available in tandem on Amazon or whatever, and you can buy it. So that way, it's like supporting MGTOW. It's like a donation. It's like Patreon or whatever, but a one-time donation. It's a one-time donation to get a book, but you're also supporting me, or you can just get it for free. All right. I believe in accessing information for free. That's something I'm a huge believer in. I believe it's very important. So I will, of course, make it available for free. I want to clarify that. All right. I want to clear up any prior confusion. All right. So I think I can pronounce it now. It's so. Don't laugh at me if I mess it up. Trinitrofenylnitramine. Oh, trinitrofenylnitramine. Okay. Terra Marine is now a teacher for MGTOW. He's my teacher now. He's my English teacher. I got that right. Trinitrofenylnitramine, I think. Hope I pronounced that right. The chemical that made the Great War more brutal than the American Civil War. I'm not a chemist, but I'll take your word for it. All right. I'll take your word for it. So hopefully that's how I pronounce it. Trinitrofenylnitramine, I think. Hopefully. Whatever. That works. Keep reading on. Even in the most of court cases for the custody of the child, 98% of the time it goes in the favor of the women. I even struggle to get visiting rights to their own children. Why is it so? Ali asked. The group claims to have thousands of members across India and fight for the rights of men. And I support this group. Anytime I see something going on in India, I fully support these guys because it's not easy, with conditions in India. I never truly realized how hostile that conditions are for men until I took a look at that article. I never really realized that. Um, and then there's another one I want to look at right now before I show you guys my alternate platform choice. Then we'll move on to other articles if there's time. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine though. So, which one is this? I think it's this one, right? Mm, you know what? I think actually we can go ahead and take a look at it now because we have a decent amount of. Yeah, I think it's an improvement over Black Flag. Okay, I see. I see. Thank you for pointing that out to me. So I want to go ahead and take a look right now since we have a decent amount of guys in the show right now. I want to take a look at my chosen alternate platform. So I think this is it, right? Okay. Hope this is it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Right? Is this it? Yeah, it's like yes, I found it. All right, so this is most likely going to be my alternative platform uh, for MGTOW Academy. I'm not leaving YouTube to clarify. I'm staying on here unless something happens. Okay, if I get kicked off or whatever happens, this is where I'm going, and I most likely will go up here to Coco Scope. Looks like it's new. I don't know, but they don't have any censorship or whatever. Instant monetization. I'm not sure if I should monetize. I might do it. I might not. Uh, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Maybe I might monetize. Maybe I'll not because I have a PayPal so I can work out. But I don't know. I'll find out. But let's see. We have exclusive videos. Pay subscribers. No restrictions. If I ever release a paying video, it'll just be like a behind the scenes type of thing. Nothing major or important or whatever. I don't know. Get tips. That was all right. That was all right. I like Coco Scope because it's really nice. I like this place. It's like the Wooshka for of YouTube, and I think this is the place I'll be heading to. Yeah, we will probably need to go. But I like this place. You'll never get deplatformed or demonetized. Unlike other platforms, we will never remove your ability to earn a living because of your political opinions, type of content, or for not respecting vague community guidelines. And I like that. And this is where I'm most likely gonna head to. So let's see if there's any other MGTOW content creators on CocoScope. So, we have MGTOW Revolution on here. So, oh yeah, I'll probably hang out around this. I like this place. Coco Scope seems like an excellent place to hang out around, and that's probably where I'll be. I will have to create an account tonight, and I'll get everything I can, do the best I can to upload and archive my videos in here by tomorrow. So that is on my priority list. Excuse me, that's on my priority list for tomorrow. Writing the book, I have a bunch of. I'm so backed up, but I think I'll manage. I have so much work to do for MGTOW Academy that's unbelievable, But I'm doing what I can, and I hope you guys understand. So we're gonna keep powering through here. Let's see what we can find for the news tab. See if we can find any articles to take a look at. Let's see. Mentioned a lot about the earnings. Okay, men are more likely to drive their muscle. Funny thing about International Men's Day. Uh-huh. Trying to find an article. I'm not sure if I'm able to find it now. Um, let's see. If anybody has any articles that they would like me to look over, go ahead and let me know. Toxic masculinity. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. It's always a bunch of interesting articles to check out here. Toxic masculinity, toxic masculinity. What about? How about we try this? How about we try men's rights? I like to see what's going on here. And I think that the next live stream I do, I might be able to get the encoder thing set up, but I'm not sure. I have to find out. A violent cover from violent misogyny. Who knows? And that's the thing. A lot of people outside of the manosphere perceive men's rights to be this like incel space, if you will. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? We can do this one case of let's see if we can find anything about like a false accusation. Probably a news story here. I know that's true. Senate panel says women admits fake accusation against Kavanaugh, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so surprised. Whoa. Uh, okay, let's read this. This is I haven't covered this yet. Um, okay, we'll read this. So this is like a local news source of some sort. Okay. I see. I think I remember this case from a while ago. I think this is the one about the police captain who was like falsely accused of who was like falsely accused of like raping someone or something like that. Okay, so let's see. Oh shit. I'm not sure if you guys heard that. I'm wearing headphones right now to monitor the audio. This freaking video just irritates me. I got this. Okay, turn the freaking volume down. For God's sake, this video right here just attacked me. I'm sorry about that. I was so scared. It just came out of nowhere and just screamed into my ear. So what were this? All right, so Bellevue police chief wants women to be held responsible for false accusations. Bellevue police chief Steve Millett was reinstated after a 3-month investigation into sexual accusations found no wrongdoing. Millett believes his accuser should be held accountable. Well, guess what, pal? She's probably not. I'm just saying. So we'll read this. Bellevue Police Chief Steve Millett believes the woman who falsely accused him of sexual assault should be held accountable for her actions. Millett was reinstated to his job this week after a 3-month investigation by Bothell Police cleared him of any wrongdoing. Speaking publicly for conference since the accusation surfaced last summer, Millett became emotional. I cannot express my gratitude enough for everyone who offered prayers and expressions for my family and I during the past months, he said. I thank each and every one of you. There was a lot of things my wife and I discussed and dealt with, the what ifs and everything else. Said Millett. There was fear, there was anxiety, culminating with tremendous relief and gratitude that the Bothell police did such an exceptional job rooting out the truth. This week, Bothell police released a 56-page report exonerating Millett of sexual assault. They said a 44-year-old woman came up with an elaborate story, said the two of the men online through a sex networking website. She even faked emails and forensic evidence, police said. And I'm not like a paralegal, I'm not a lawyer or anything, I'm not a legal expert, but I'm pretty sure that faking evidence is against the law. Someone maybe in the live chat may be possibly correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's against the law. The emails that she submitted to us after we did the forensic analysis are completely doctored, said the Bothell police captain Mike Johnson. I think people should be made accountable for their actions, Millett said. I think the process of the claims that were made against me worked. I think another process will take place, and I'm confident that the right decisions will be made. Bothell police recommend charges of perjury, tampering with evidence. Yeah, that's like I said, it's against the law, and making false statements against the woman for the Millett case. The King County Prosecutor's Office said they expect to make a decision on charges next week. Oh, what's she gonna get? Community service hours, a warning. Oh man, we gotta get a spinner wheel. You know how they have like on game shows, they have like a wheel or whatever. We need to get that here. We need to. Perjury. Okay, thank you, Prune Juice Power, for pointing that out. By the way, Prune Juice Power, are you up for a live stream anytime soon? I got time for some. I have a friend of mine, the MGTOW Conquistador. He hit me up one night not too long ago before I left for vacation, asking for if we had time for like a live stream or whatever. And if you want to come on with me and him, so we can just have 3 guys in one stream, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do it. Let me know if you want to do that. But continuing on, prosecutors declined to file charges when the same women accused another Bellevue detective of rape. So let's highlight that. The same woman accused another Bellevue detective of rape, and the prosecutors declined to file charges. It's just like with a kid. If you don't punish a kid when they do wrong, they're gonna keep doing it until you say, "Hey, you don't do that." But when prosecutors don't prosecute, when they don't hold these false accusers accountable, this is what happens. false reporting up to perjury. Okay, it depends on the lawyers and judges. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. I'm trying to get a better understanding of multiple things, related to the articles I cover. And today in the car on the way back, I was like stuck in a hell of a lot of traffic. I was reading a book called Rotating Polyandry, I think is what it's called. Let me check it out. I have it on my iPad right now. It is called Rotating, Rotating. Oh, let me pull it up. Rotating Polyandry and Its Enforcers by Michelle Langley. This is actually written by a woman. She's not a sociologist or whatever. It's just an ordinary woman who conducted some like interviews and all that. It's a very interesting book that goes into how marriages play out and end up in divorce with women being unhappy. And this, I recommend you read it. It was a very excellent read. I didn't finish the book, but I read a lot of it. It was a very excellent read. And it broadened and strengthened my understanding of a lot of things. So I highly recommend you check it out. But continuing on. So So we'll keep reading that. So Classic Americana asked, did you hear about the woman who made up a story about a bear attacking her and she got charged? No, I didn't. I'll look it up right now. Okay, so Taryn Marine added, perjury is a 15-year felony. Therefore, most politicians being behind bars, not in office of a limousine. Okay, even bear, even bear is honest. Okay, good. All right. Perjury's power. Hit me up on Hangouts or whatever. The official communication platform for MGTOWs, I guess. I don't know. Hit me up somehow. Email me, whatever. DM me, direct message me on whatever. We'll get something set up. I'll talk to MGTOW Conquistador and see if we can get something set up. Maybe this Friday, even earlier than that. It's fine with me. I'm sure all the other guys are fine with that, but we'll try to get something set up then. All right. Sounds awesome. Now, I'll look into that thing that Classic Americana was recommending. Yeah, by the way, we've been live for just about an hour now. Thank you for the 8 or 9 of you who have been sticking with me so far. Now, they dismissed multiple charges against another officer, John Kivlin, after evidence the woman provided didn't hold up. Both men admitted to having relationships with her, and both resigned from the department. But in Milt's case, investigators found no sign that he had ever met the accuser. He said the ordeal taught him compassion. I have a deeper appreciation of what it means to be falsely accused, said the chief. I also have a deeper appreciation of what it's like to be on administrative leave. Let me fix it right here. I think it will make me a better chief and a better human being. All right, I like that. Poppy. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to test out something. Like I got this screen, right? Like I got a new laptop, and it has this thing, right? It's like a laptop screen cover, and I'm thinking maybe I can use it as like an improvised pop filter. So whenever I say the word pop, you hear that rush of wind. Now let's see what happens if I cover it. Oh, let me test it out. Pop. Okay, that sounds a bit better. Okay. I don't think it's gonna affect the audio. Maybe I'll keep it. It looks pretty dumb because it's like it's much better than the microphone, but I'll keep it. It's a good pop filter. I like that. I'll look into that. Oh. Okay, yeah, it was the story of the woman falsely. Crap, I can't type today. I can never type. Falsely accuses. I'll just type in falsely accuses bear and see what pops up. Okay, let me see what it was. Okay. So if you can provide me a link to the story, because you're a mod, so you can do it. If you can provide me a link to that, I'd appreciate that because that would help me. Okay. I think it was this one, right? I think I found it. Okay, I think I found it. I think it's this one from the Mountain Ear. Woman in fabricated bear attack pleads guilty to false reporting. Yeah, that's it. Oh, well, let's see. So, a Colorado Parks and Wildlife investigation into an alleged bear attack at Golden Gate Canyon State Park on September 19th resulted in a citation of a Gilpin County woman for false reporting to the authorities. Julie Bosworth, 38, pled guilty Tuesday to the Class 3 misdemeanor and was sentenced by Gilpin County Judge David Taylor to 20 hours of community service. As an agency, we investigate these to the fullest, and we cannot and will not tolerate false reporting, said CPW Northeast manager Mark Leslie. If you do this, we're going to charge you. Yeah, if you do it to a man, you're gonna charge with what? 30 hours of community service? No. Okay, so if a bear gets falsely accused, he gets 20 hours. The sentence is 20 hours, and for men, it's probably going to be 10 hours, maybe 5. Who knows? We'll be lucky if they get 1 hour. Who knows? Who knows? The citation was issued October 9th after the investigation and DNA testing. Her clothing was sent to a Wyoming lab where the only DNA discovered was that from human and dog hairs. And it proved the injuries Bosworth sustained were not from a bear. CPW staff works diligently with our partner agencies to promote and enhance visitor safety throughout the state, said Golden Gate Canyon State Park manager Todd Farrell. False reports such as these are a hindrance to our already limited staff and resources as our time and efforts can be better utilized. In addition, it can also affect how the public views the already delicate balance between human and wildlife encounters. Deputies with the Gilpin County's Sheriff's Office responded September 19th at 1:20 p.m. to the Coyote Trail in the Golden Gate Canyon State Park following a 911 call from Bosworth reporting that she had been attacked by a bear. Emergency services personnel transported her to St. Anthony Medical Center in Lakewood at 1:40 p.m. for treatment to her injuries on her arms, legs, and head. Park rangers and wildlife officers had also responded to the scene and conducted a 2-acre search surrounding the Coyote Trail, finding no evidence of wildlife in the area. Following the investigation at the scene and the subsequent interview of the woman, CPW officials determined at that time that no bear attack had occurred. The later DNA testing was sent in for confirmation to support the findings of that day. Why would you fake a bear attack? Come on, one. Thank you, by the way, Texas Americana, for pointing that out to me. I would never have imagined that a bear would have been falsely accused. Watch out, buddy. You're next. You're next. So now it's men. Now it's bears, huh? How about that? How about that? I never expected that type of stuff to happen. But hey, we live in 2018. We live in modern society. It's the 21st century or whatever. What do you expect? You know? Oh yeah. You're absolutely. Yep. She's the best of drugs. By the way, I highly suggest for you guys to take a look at my latest MGTOW Stories episode. It is, yeah, it's 10. I think it's 10. Yeah, that's it. The Fool on the Floor, MGTOW Stories episode 10. I got a message today from a guy I'm close with on Twitter, right? And he told me that he really liked my video on MGTOW Stories episode number 10. Excuse me. I'm trying my best not to burp, okay? I'm trying my best not to burp to the microphone. Anyways, he told me that he really liked my video on MGTOW Stories episode number 10, The Fool on the Floor. He told me he really liked that, and I appreciate that, of course. I really do. And basically, I talked about how this guy, he's a fuck boy, basically, and he was chasing chicks' attentions, and I'll just say this: it got to the point where he fell onto the floor. He fell out of a chair into the floor. I'll say that, and I'll leave you guys hanging. You guys go watch the video, the episode, to find out. But there's that. Now let's see what we can find out when we go to the news. Oh yeah. The whole thing with MGTOW on CNN. I know that Big John. So let me find it. So MGTOW, CNN. So Big John and Jerry Liu. I know that they did an interview. They did an interview with MGTOW is Freedom, or Big John, and with Jerry Liu as well. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been able to see the whole thing. I have not been able to see the whole thing, not yet. But you know, that wow, that was really something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to remind me. Oh, I remind you of Neuroke 5. And what's his name? Oh, you do? Okay, I'll take that as a compliment. I do appreciate that. I do. By the way, why not check out on 8th grader Charlie? Wait, what was the name of the 8th grader falsely accused? I'm trying to find it. 8th grader false. Let's find it. I know that it was. Yeah, it was this video. I'm trying to find it. It was the one from dangerous.com. Where is it at? This is it. This is it. So I'm curious to know what happened to that guy. Oh yeah. Oh, they also interviewed Sunrise City. Oh, they also interviewed him. I didn't know that. All right, I'll be sure to check that out. I actually didn't know he made it there. All right, that's cool. Whatever. So let's see. I read this article. I covered that before. I want to see what happened. Um, Maybe there's updates. This is the page to the Legal Defense Fund. Let's see what happens. Is there any updates here? So they got $19,000. That's a huge jump for the goal. For their goal. So let's see. Let's see. Are there any updates here? Mm-hmm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. There it is. I want to see what happened to Keith. Keith Bailey. That's his name. Keith Bailey. I want to know. I want to see what happens to him because like I haven't gotten any word from it. I'm pretty sure the trial's already over. Maybe they said I don't know. Yeah, his name's Keith Bailey, and this is up. Can't find anything. I mean that sucks. I was hoping to find some information about what happened to Keith. I truly was. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you on that. Man, that sucks. Oh well, I'll have to do some deeper research to look into that whole thing with Keith Bailey. The guy who was falsely accused, the eighth grader who was falsely accused of rape, most likely falsely accused. It hasn't been confirmed, and I don't want to say a statement that I can't 100% back up, but he was most likely falsely accused of rape. That's what happened. Um, and I want to see what happens. I need to do some deeper research. I want to see if I can like reach out to the dad maybe, and see if I can get in contact with him. Now, in the meantime, let's see if there's any new articles I can take a look at. Oh, well, we already saw these articles right here. What about mental health? Maybe there's some interesting stuff there that we could look at. Also, uh, if you guys aren't doing so already, I really suggest that you start getting into some form of exercise. As you all know, I'm a huge supporter of a healthy lifestyle. It's essential, basically, to leading a good life. You know, want to go your own way? Why not do it the healthy way? You know what I mean? Um, do something. Do cardio. Lift weights. I personally suggest doing a mixture of both. Like maybe do cardio, like do endurance running. Like you can like I'm trying to go past 3 miles without stopping at all. That's my goal. And then other than that, I do weightlifting my free time, so you can lift weights. Do that to benefit your health. Eat healthy. Get on a diet. Do hit workouts or whatever. Get lean. Build muscle mass. Get that look that you've been wanting. All right. Life's too short to try to be fat and try to exercise tomorrow. You know, start working out now. Get that fitness thing started up. Uh, a company or a YouTube channel that I highly recommend is Anabolic Aliens. I like worship them basically at this point because I'm in love with the stuff they put out. It's wonderful. You don't even have to spend money just to get ripped, just by watching their videos. I highly suggest you check them out. I follow them on Twitter. I retweet all their stuff. I know they just put out a dumbbell video, a dumbbell workout for your abs and for your obliques. So check that out. They never fail to amuse you, to challenge you. You might watch the video and say, "Oh, that's a pretty easy exercise." Then after you finish it, your brachioradialis muscle group, which is the forearms, or your chest, or your back, or your whatever triceps. I don't know. It's all burnt out. Like you know what I mean? They never fail to amaze. That's what I love about them. But we'll read this. We'll read this. Um, okay. First of all, are they going to let me read more? Okay, good. Oh, okay, good. I want to make sure this is an article that I can read. There's some websites where you gotta like pay to read the rest. That sucks, but we'll read this. All right. So, International Men's Day: How to Celebrate Significance, Men's Health Quotes, History, and Legendary Men. Hmm. Did you know that Uma Chawla is the Indian woman who was credited with kick-starting the International Men's Day? Really, really. How about that? Um, International Men's Day. It's celebrated in over 70 countries across the world, recognizing the positive value men bring to the world their families and community. Hey, feminism just knocked on the door. They would like to disagree with you. I think. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Who knows? There are feminists who claim to support men. There are those who just wanted to kill us. I'm getting mixed signals here, so it's hard to say anymore. It's hard to say these days. So, why is IMD celebrated? International Men's Day, according to their website, encourages men to teach boys in their lives the values, character, and the responsibilities of being a man. Mahatma Gandhi said, "We must become the change we seek." It is only when we all, both men and women, lead by example that will create a fair and safe society, which allows everyone to prosper. International Men's Day highlights the positive male role models and to raise awareness of men's well-being. That's right. And unfortunately, because dads are being taken out of the household, young men don't have positive male role models. And it's sad. It honestly is. Uh, right, right. Okay, so like Tim said, the whole interview on the CNN and Big John and Jerry Lee and whatever, it's on City McTest channel. I'll be sure to check that out. And yeah, strength training, flexibility is okay. But yeah, I like that. Don't overdo the cardio. Do it like every other day. That's what you used to do with everything. Okay. Um, Whenever you work out, give each muscle group a 24-hour rest period. All right. So like for me, um, like I'll do biceps, chest, and legs for Monday, and triceps, middle abs and obliques for Tuesday. Then I'll rotate it back to biceps, chest, and legs for Wednesday. I'll switch out maybe shoulders and whatever here and there. Maybe do the back a little bit because you got to do the back too if you want a good balance of stuff. You got to give resting time for the different muscle groups you work out. And if you do running, give your body time to recover. By the way, a random tip that I just picked up somewhere from the internet: you should really drink milk after you work out. It helps you a lot. There are 8 grams of protein in just a single glass of milk. That's 80% casein, 20% whey. Casein is the long-term protein, and whey is the short-term protein. That's a pretty decent balance right there. And studies have shown that immediate protein intake after an intense workout that has destroyed and not destroyed, but torn down that muscle fiber, it can help to increase muscular gain slightly. Now, it's not a noticeable difference, but when you do it every single time, that small gain will become really big and you'll notice it. So that's a little fitness tip right there. All right. And you can get more by checking out Anabolic Aliens and other fitness forums online. So get into lifting. It's a really beneficial thing, but let's keep reading. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, we do. I like that actually. So read this. Almost single-handedly, Chawla pioneered the celebration of International Men's Day in India in 2007, not knowing where the day had actually come from, but believing in the celebration as a way to expose the shocking abuse that men suffer in the anti-male legal system, claims the IMD website. And that's true. In the legal system, the men are definitely biased against. All right. The legal system is obviously biased against men. And I'm actually proud to see that. This is something that I'm happy to see. That really brought us some. I like that. Read this. Globally, every minute a man dies by suicide. That is a very conservative statistic. I've seen the number for this right here to be I think is when I did my research, I saw numbers like every 26.6 seconds around the world, it's a man that commits suicide. And what you got to realize is that the statistics are actually worse than that. This is only confirmed suicides. Whenever you're suicidal, you tend to be reckless. So you might just drive drunk. You might drive without your seatbelt on. You might carry out activities that are reckless and that are threatening to your safety that you wouldn't normally do, and you could die from it, and that would be considered an accident. But in reality, it's technically suicide. You know what I mean? Because you're acting reckless. So this only confirms suicide. It's much higher. Sadly, when you take that into account, you know what I mean? So the spread of International Men's in India. Let's read this. India received the first corporate sponsorship of the International Men's Day in 2009, with the menswear brand Alan Solly deciding to create promotional offers on IMD and HBO, deciding to screen male-positive movies in its Men in Black series on November 19th. In November of 2014 in Kolkata, protests were held to highlight elder abuse and men's human rights. Other men's rights activists posed questions on the occasion of International Men's Day, asking why men are deprived of gender neutral laws and why fathers are deprived of children's custody in the case of separated spouses. Possibly the government trying to tear apart the family, but hey, who am I to say that? Also, the Chennai chapter of All India Men's Welfare Association, or the AIMWA, also submitted a memorandum to the government, International Men's Day 2014, demanding setting up a men's welfare ministry, National Commission for Men, and making all laws gender neutral. And of course, there's addressing men's health this International Men's Day. And before I go on any further, do not forget to please donate to any of the organizations that I have listed in the description box. So you guys please do go ahead and check that out. But we'll read this. So we'll start right here. Yeah, okay. So despite food being available, the food being eaten has poor nutrition value, says Dr. Pallavi Aga, I think that's how you say it. On this International Men's Day 2018, the focus should be on the quality and quantity of food with the nutritive value kept in check. And like I said, I'm a big advocate of healthy eating and all that type of stuff. And I'm going to be covering this type of stuff later on with MGTOW Academy. I'll like start a series, not like scheduled. I'll just put out videos whenever I feel like it and all that, covering weight training or running type of stuff, jogging, benefits. I don't know, just random stuff that I feel like I should cover. I'm gonna do it in the future, but not now. That's for later, right? But protein intake has to be kept at an optimal level. Concluding that a proper diet along with aerobic exercise and weight training will not only improve cardiac and liver conditions, but will also reverse the aging process. You will feel reborn. You will feel like 10 years younger when you exercise. I'm telling you, you will. You will. Also, men face a series of health challenges that need to be addressed in order to have our communities function to their fullest potential. Prostate cancer and testicular cancer are two of the most prominent health issues that men face today. And current research by International Men's Day tells us that men have a suicide rate 3 times higher than women. It's between 3 and 4. 1 in 3 men are victims of domestic violence. That's true. Men on average die 4 to 5 years before women. Men are also nearly twice as likely to suffer from lung cancer than women. Men are nearly twice as likely to suffer from heart diseases than women, and that's true, and it's sad. We need guys to lead more healthy lifestyles, eat less junk food, exercise more, drink water more. Little things here and there in your life will help so much. It really will. So, how do you celebrate International Men's Day? Since 1999, methods of celebrating International Men's Day have included public seminars, forums, conferences, festivals and fundraisers, classroom activities at school, radio and television programs, award ceremonies, special retail promotions, photo and film competitions, music concerts and art displays, and peaceful awareness marches. That's a good way to promote it. I like that. I like that. And these are just some quotes here that we can add. And that's gonna wrap it up for that article. Guys, I'm tired right now, and I think that's gonna wrap it up for now. So that was a really good stream, guys. Despite me having that issue at the beginning, I legit thought that I would have to like cancel the whole entire stream because I was like it was going off track. It was getting derailed pretty quickly. But I never gave up, and we had a pretty darn good International Men's Day live show, and seeing that I was able to have a decent amount of people see the show at least like 8 people stayed in the whole time. So I do appreciate you guys sticking with me the whole way through. We've been live for just over an hour now, maybe by like another 10 minutes or so. I can't exactly tell, but currently the local time is 11:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're approaching midnight here, guys. We're about to head into Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, we're about to head into Tuesday. So I got a lot of stuff I need to work on tomorrow. I'll get working on that. By the way, um, like I said, if you haven't yet donated to the organizations that I have listed in the description box below, please do consider donating to them. And if you haven't already done so, follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is at all caps MGTOW followed by Academy. The first A in Academy is capitalized. And if you want to contact me, you want to do a collaboration, want me to discuss something or anything, just want to help you in a situation or whatever, drop me an email. My email address is MGTOWacademy.media@gmail.com. So, guys, I guess that's going to be it. I will be doing a collaboration soon, like I just said earlier, probably with Produce Power and the MGTOW Conquistador. We'll find out. So, we'll get that thing worked out. But in the meantime, guys, like I proved in today's discussion and in today's article, remember that it's a very dangerous world out there. So be sure to keep taking your daily doses of Red Pills and stay safe. Everybody, this is MGTOW Academy signing off. I wish you all a very happy International Men's Day.